Welcome to another episode of the Southern Boating and Yachting Podcast. I'm Ian Sneed.
I'm James Anderson.
And today we're going to talk about half of the shipyards and marinas that we covered back in August, because we want you to know how lucky we are as boaters to have the most up-to-date types of shipyards and marinas here in the States. Well, not just that, but some of them are actually located outside of the States too, but we're not going to get into those details. We're going to talk about the ones that we know that are accessible to you. Remember to subscribe to the channel. We don't want you to forget that.
Oh, please don't forget.
Subscribe to the channel so that you get notifications whenever we have a new episode that comes out. And I think with that, let's just kick it off and get into the meat.
Let's get right into it. So I'm going to cover the first one right now. And this is one up in the Gulf Shores. It's Saunders. And this is a full-service marina in Gulf Shores, Alabama, one of my favorite states, located at mile marker 155.5 on the Gulf Coast Intercoastal Waterway. And this is a very nice facility. Not only is this really a shipyard, but it is also a marina. It has a lot of different features. Talking about shipyard stuff, we're talking about 165-ton travel lift, covered work bays, very important in Gulf states, right? We get a lot of rain sometimes, especially in the summer. And it can allow vessels up to 130 feet. So this is a sizable facility. Dockside, you're looking at being able to have Wi-Fi. Very important these days, connectivity, right? Water, pump out. We're also looking at dock power options from 50 amps, 100 amps, and even 480 volt services. And then a well-stocked ship store. So something that, you feel like you've forgotten something in your provisionings or forgotten a simple supply, they've got you, they'll have you covered. It's really important because we all know that there's those last-minute things that you go, oh, I finally figured it out, more than I forgot. Absolutely. So they will have you covered with some of their provisions, and that's excellent. So I'll let you go on to the next one, which is
Legendary Marina Resort at Bluewater Key. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a funny little story. When we were preparing for this, we said, okay, let's cover these marinas. All right, cool. I sat down, I started reading, I started taking my notes, and I took notes on the one that James just presented, okay? So... But I'm still going to talk to you about the Legendary Marina Resort at Bluewater Key, because our magazine is extremely insightful. It's really easy to get through when you're looking at content like this to educate yourself on stuff. So I'm not really concerned about it, because one of the features that they have is premium wet slips. They have dry storage. They have resort style amenities, right?
yes.
And on top of that, you know that Bahamians, they do their best to provide world-class service. You will absolutely get that at Legendary Marina Resort at Bluewater Key. They have a sophisticated concierge system that supports provisioning, vessel staging via app-based scheduling, and full mooring services. This is definitely a place, if you go down to the Bahamas regularly, that you want to go visit, you want to go learn about them, you want to check them out, because they're slated to open in, I think, late 2025.
Should be open soon.
Yeah, so it should be open soon, and trust me, I'll put a link in the description so that you can go find them and see if they're already open for your next trip.
Got to know when you're going over to the Bahamas, do your homework.
Yeah,
Right? Be prepared.
you like how I pulled that off?
Yeah, I told you. I like the options. I knew we got this side. Good content. I like throwing your Hail Marys every once in a while so you scramble a little bit. Yeah, it was fun.
That's fun. All right, so you're next, right? Well,
So the next one is Port 32. Now, this is not a single location. There are a lot of Port 32 locations. So Port 32 is a premier network of luxury boating facilities across Florida. So all of these are pretty much in Florida. We're talking Fort Lauderdale, Lighthouse Point, Marco Island, Naples, and Jacksonville. And these marinas are designed both for transient and for long-term dockage, right? We have one very close to us, Port 32 Fort Lauderdale, on the New River, right? This is also the only fuel dock on the New River, I just found out. So very, very interesting there. Fort Lauderdale also features the valet dry stack storage for boats up to 55 feet. And that's pretty good. Not all dry stack storages take up to 55 feet. So that's pretty unique. And they also have 150-ton travel lift and some very, very nice amenities. So from a captain's lounge, gym, and security. So security is always very important. If your vessel's out, you want to make sure that it's also secure. There's not people just wandering around. That's Port 32. I mean, to me, I've been there numerous different times, and I've always thought that the facility is extremely clean. The management there is excellent. Never have an issue there. excellent dry stack storage, and it's all relatively brand new. They just renovated that facility, so it's extremely good condition. Can't go wrong using their facility.
Absolutely. For me, next, we're talking about F3 Marina, Fort Lauderdale. Now, just so you know, its location is just off the 17th Street Causeway in Fort Lauderdale. But this marina is extremely impressive because they have a fully automated dry stack system.
Yes, it's
Like,
really cool.
it is the coolest thing ever. When you're looking at how technology is revolutionizing the boating industry, this is one of those often like ignored areas. But the fact that they made it such a focus really goes to show their intent on serving the people that use their marina. So they have a fully automated dry stack system. They're hurricane rated safety. They have plenty of on-site amenities. It's essentially, this place is like, if you took the word luxury and glamour and put it together for a marina, like that's what you're gonna get by going to the F3 Fort Lauderdale, F3 Marina Fort Lauderdale. And our goal is really to go visit and get some footage for you guys.
Yeah, I would like to go see how this actually works because I've seen it in videos already, but I want to see it first. You see it in person, and for us to capture it for you guys firsthand. And what's really interesting is you drive by this place all the time, up and down 17th Street all the time, and it looks just like an inconspicuous building. You would never know unless you know what's outside, right? It says F3 on the outside. It's clad in some type of material, so you don't see inside. And it is just, when I found out what was there, I was like, that's really cool. It's like a robot fetches your boat for you.
Yeah.
Pretty neat. So the next one we're going to cover is actually 2 locations. And in the print version, we had a little bit of a mistake, but I'm going to correct it for all of you guys so you can see it. We're going to talk about Indiantown Marina and Indiantown Marine Center. Okay, so Indiantown Marina is a nice little marina located up the well, not too terribly far inland in Indiantown. Has 45 wet slips. It also has an on-site RV parking. So if you're going to be traveling down here and you have an RV, so if you're a transient person for the winter snowbird, right? I'd like to be a reverse snowbird.
Yeah.
I agree. Literally, I want to call this my home and go up north in the summer, right? For just a month. Really to dodge all of our storms and the heat down here.
Yeah.
But it's also a do-it-yourself facility. So you can haul out your boat here and do it yourself, do a lot of maintenance on your own, but they also have professional services. Very, very important. The other one is going to be Indiantown Marine Center. Now, this is a close friend of ours, and they have 2 marine travel lifts, a 100-ton and a 250-ton, and they're capable of hauling out vessels up to 35 feet in beam width. That's impressive, right? That's for big boats, right? It's a location that's a great location. It's just 25 miles from the St. Lucie Inlet, offers access to both the Atlantic and the Gulf, right? Because this is where you can actually traverse. This is part of the Florida mini loop.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a great spot if you're doing the loop that you can stop in, get things if you need them, so on and so forth. If you need a little help, you can stop. But both these facilities are great facilities. They're also great hurricane holes, right? Because they are a little bit inland to offer you some protection. So definitely check these facilities out. And if you're doing the mini loop, make sure that you have some contact information for both of these, just in case you need them.
Yeah. It's a smart decision.
Absolutely.
Moving on, we're going to talk about Pier 66.
The iconic Pier 66, Fort Lauderdale landmark.
Absolutely. So it's obviously, as James points out, in Fort Lauderdale, right? But it is a premier deep water marina. Over 5,000 feet of dockage, over 160 slips for vessels ranging from 40 feet to 400 feet. And one thing that I really love about this, that I think a lot of people, as they hear this, they're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. It's designated a foreign trading zone.
Yes.
So this is definitely a must-see location. It's a huge advantage to have that designation. So, and not just that, but because it's so iconic, this is one of those places that you have to go to at least once. You have to check it out.
Yeah, even if you're transient, give them a call, see what they have available for you. It's a great stop overnight or a couple of nights, maybe a week. They have plenty of slips for all boats of all sizes.
Yes.
Right. And they're on both sides of the 17th Street Causeway too. So they have both north and south. right there.
So access is incredible. Yeah.
Right. And it's deep water, like you mentioned. So your large vessel, it'll fit.
It's incredible. Right now, another close friend of ours that you want to cover, right?
So yeah, and this is really my home area, right? This is Palm Beach. So it is the town of Palm Beach Marina, which Palm Beach is straight east of West Palm Beach, right? It is the little barrier island in the town that's set up there. Now, this is a freshly renovated facility. And this facility, when I say it is nice, I mean it is a nice.
It's impeccable.
Yeah, it is a typical Palm Beach type style, right? You think of the breakers, you think of all the stuff, glitz and glamour, and that's exactly what this is, right? So this is a newly transformed public marina. The island only, the island's only facility like this, right? All the other ones are on the inland side of the intercoastal waterway. It did a $40 million renovation. It has 84 slips, designed for vessels from 60 to 294 feet. And you're also looking at some of the amenities that you can have. You have access to a par 3 oceanfront golf course. I've played this golf course. It's a little par 3, a little fun. Nice to go out and have some fun. A modern wellness facility and studios with classes available. So you can stay on your fitness routine while you're utilizing this facility. 13 tennis courts. Pretty impressive. A lot of tennis being played in Palm Beach, let me tell you. And 3 immaculate public beaches nearby, right? Public access beaches, right? So you can help yourself to the beach. They're not one of these private beach accesses. So the facility is amazing. We're talking about floating concrete docks, just incredibly clean, very thoughtful. The staff is absolutely amazing. They do a great job. And who doesn't want to stay in Palm Beach, right? You literally are in the shadows or very close to the shadows of the breakers, and the Harry Flagler Museum's right there too. I always say it's a great place, beautiful architecture all the way around the place. It's one that there's a reason I live there, I guess.
It makes sense.
Absolutely.
Now, if we were to head a little south, we just went north of Fort Lauderdale. We're heading a little south of Fort Lauderdale. We're going to end up at Dania Beach.
Dania?
What did I say?
Daniel?
Dania? I mean, is either wrong? Dania?
I don't know. Being a Floridian, I'm always used to saying Dania.
Well, it's funny. I have a friend whose name is Dania, but she spells it with a Y.
Really?
I always say it Dania. Yeah.
Oh.
So, but this one, so I'm like, Dania. Anyway, Dania Beach Marina. It's just south of the Port Everglades Inlet. It was originally known as the Seafair Marina. It features 120 wet slips for vessels up to 65 feet in length, and it's actually pretty well located for activities, when you're not on your vessel.
Yes.
Which I love when you think about, okay, I need a little break from, cruising or being out on the water. I want something on land. Going to somewhere like the Dania Beach Marina is a great, great idea.
Right. Dania Beach actually has a lot to offer. There's so much there. So you have the Dania Beach Pier out by the beach. There's so many different things to offer. That town has really grown up.
Yeah, there's
Very, very nice.
breweries. There's all sorts of stuff. Lauderdale.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So the last thing that we're going to talk about is our loyal watchers. Thank you to you guys. But if you noticed in the last 2 episodes, we have a new studio. So first and foremost, I want to thank Ashley and the staff here at Southern Boating for outbuilding this lovely studio. It is now a dedicated studio for us. So we are going to be bringing in a lot of guests, doing a lot of different special episodes, bringing in Lori, our editor-in-chief, to do some interviews as well. Just brings us a lot of different options to do and promote some more videos, really produce more videos. But as well as it's really a dedication to you guys that we've done this. Obviously, we know that you guys like to watch, so we've made ourselves a dedicated space so we can pump out as many videos. So if you guys have some subjects in mind, please put them in the comments so we can start covering what you really want to see. So please do that. And until next week, I'm James Anderson.
I'm Ian Sneed.
We'll see you soon.
All right, just some silence. Ready? 3, 2, 1. We had it at 6 seconds you in without making noise.
I hit the paper. It's not my fault.
Yeah, stupid paper. Okay, ready?
Welcome to.
Do you want to just wing it and just whatever comes up, that's all we talk about? You want to just wing it? No. I should have just said yes, and then we could have gone into the episode how we had planned, and it would have looked awesome when I put that as a blooper. Like, you want to just wing it? All right. And then we just start talking. That would have been great.
Every day that I show up to work, I wing it.
That's a little concerning.
That's a wrap.
It's easy.
Let's go.
Okay. Yeah.